On the afternoon of Friday, April 10, 2020, two humpback whales, a mother and her calf, were observed in the warm tropical waters south of St. Thomas, in the Caribbean U.S. Virgin Islands. North Atlantic humpback whales undertake extensive annual migrations, from their high-latitude summer feeding grounds, to their low-latitude winter breeding grounds. The distances between their feeding and breeding areas can be up to 5,000 miles or more. The reason for the annual migration to the sunny Caribbean is precisely because it's sunny, and its waters are warm. These are ideal conditions for mating, and for giving birth. The warm sheltered Caribbean waters provide an ideal start to begin a new life for this whale mother and her calf. They are one of the largest mammals on the planet, and are also one of the easiest whales to identify at sea, due to their distinct 12 feet high bushy spout when they're breathing out. Adult humpback whales are on average 40 to 45 feet long, and weigh roughly 40 tons, or a ton per foot, with females being slightly larger than the males. During the first year of their life, the calves get their energy only from their mother's milk. The humpback mother whale produces milk that's 40% fat, compared to cow's milk, which is only about 4% fat. The high fat content helps the calves to quickly gain their thick skin, called blubber. Calves nurse from, and stay near their mothers for up to 1 year before weaning. As observed in most species on Earth, mothers are protective of, and affectionate toward their offspring. The humpback whale mother is no exception, and is often seen swimming close to, and touching her calf. The young humpback whale is frequently seen seeking physical contact with the mother in return. Would we be observing this type of behavior in humans, we would interpret it as signs of love and affection. Humpback whales will usually do all of their feeding in the summer months, while living for the most part off their fat reserves during the winter time. Apart from the scarcity of food for the whales in the warm tropical waters, another possible reason for this winter month's fasting could be that, should the mother dive to forage for food, she would have to leave her young calf on the surface. This then leaves the calf vulnerable to predators. So her fasting allows her to stay close to her young at all times. During the winter time, a nursing mother humpback whale will lose about 25% of her total body weight. Baby humpback whales are drinking on average 200 liters, or 50 gallons of their mother's milk, per day, and every day can gain 100 pounds in weight. So while the little calf is gaining weight, the mother is losing it. She will feed herself again during the summer months in the nutrient-rich Arctic waters. Humpback whales reach sexual maturity between the ages of 4 and 10 years. The females produce a single calf, on average every 2 to 3 years. After an 11-month gestation period, calves are born 13 to 16 feet in length, may weigh up to 3,000 pounds, and will grow very fast. Here the mother and her calf can be seen in the warm shallow waters south of St. Thomas, close to Buck Island. The pair had been traveling in a southeasterly direction, with frequent stops for rest along the way. The more active calf is swimming and diving around its mother, who rests close to the surface, wisely conserving her energy. Simone K. A. Vredesen, a PhD student researcher with the Department of Bioscience at the Aarhus University in Denmark, used temporary tags to record audio between mother humpback whales and their calves. Ms. Vredesen and her team found that the small calves communicate very quietly with their mothers. In the recordings, the calf's sounds can be heard as muted squeaks, which, compared to the bellows of adult males, almost sound like whispers. Her research also showed that the sounds the calves made were about 40 decibels lower than calls produced by singing whales, and up to 70 decibels lower than other social sounds from adult. Here is an example of the soft squeaks the baby humpback calf makes when talking to its mother. And here is an example of what an adult male humpback whale sounds like, followed by more soft squeaks of the baby humpback. One possible reason for these muted communications could be that by talking to its mother in this way, the calf is less likely to be overheard by predators, or of inadvertently attracting male humpback whales, who would possibly want to mate with the nursing female. These findings of the scientists offer a unique glimpse into the development of young humpback whales, and reveal the strong bond that exists between the young whales and their mothers. This bond is crucial to the calves' survival, since they rely on their mother for nourishment, protection and knowledge. In their first year, the mothers stay close to their calves, while they are still young and vulnerable. Humpback whales have the longest pectoral fins of any whale type. These long pectoral fins give rise to their scientific name, Megaptera nova anglia, which roughly translates to big-winged New Englander. This name refers to the fact that the species was first described in the U.S. waters, off New England. The large pectoral fins may seem cumbersome when the whale is moving slowly, but they have various functions. They're used as rudders and stabilizers while maneuvering, and are capable of providing sudden bursts of acceleration, thus enabling the whale to make tight turns when needed. This maneuverability gives it an advantage over other inhabitants of the sea that might want to do it harm. They can also be used for herding prey, and sometimes they can even be used as a form of communication. When the pectoral fin is slapped on the surface, the sound travels far underwater. The pectoral fins can also be used as protection, or as weapons. A full-grown 30 to 40-ton humpback whale presents a formidable force against its natural enemy, the Orcinus orca, commonly known as the killer whale. Though orcas have many teeth, and are smaller and more agile, a blow from the massive humpback pectoral fin, or tail, could be fatal. Each enormous pectoral fin can measure half the length of a telephone pole. Razor-sharp barnacles encrust the knobby leading edge of these appendages, and the whales brandish them with great dexterity. Humpback whales are the only species of baleen whales to carry their own offensive and defensive weaponry. Several hypotheses have been put forward to explain the evolution of the oversized pectoral fins in humpback whales. Two theories persist. The first one suggests that, with their large surface areas, these appendages might be highly useful for thermoregulation, controlling the whale's body temperature. This would be highly beneficial for a mammal that migrates between a cold and a warm climate. The second hypothesis emphasizes the maneuverability that are offered by the long fins. Indeed, humpbacks exhibit exuberant behaviors that often involve the pectoral fins, such as rolling over themselves, as well as performing underwater loops. These behaviors are thought to be facilitated by the maneuverability and the control offered by the pectoral fins. When the humpback whales depart the area again, they're following the natural rhythm of the seasons, inspiring a sense of renewal. Research into their migratory routes revealed that they navigate with extreme directional precision across wide expanses of open ocean and time. Most humpback whales were shown to stray 1 degree or less off course. The decades of research into the navigational skills of humpback whales have revealed that magnetic declination, the sun's position, and using sound as echolocation are just some of the tools they use to find their way across the vast expanse of the world's open oceans. These incredible feats of precision could be a combination of all of the above techniques, possibly supplemented by a detailed history the whales could share of these migratory routes. The annual habit of traveling the same tracks could give them a clear mental map of the ocean's 3D environment. Each subsequent voyage along these same routes then allows them to update that map in real time. And in the young calf's first few migrations with its mother, this information could possibly be a part of the navigation lessons. Life-saving knowledge for the young calf that the mother passes along as the pair travels those thousands of miles together. As this mother and her calf slowly leave the safe and warm protected waters of the Virgin Islands, an uncertain future awaits them. Even though whaling is illegal in most countries, danger is never far away.
In addition to Japan, Norway, and Iceland, the East Caribbean island of Bequia, part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is one of the few places in the world where limited traditional whaling is still allowed by the IWC, or the International Whaling Commission. The islanders are allowed a yearly quota of up to 4 humpback whales, using traditional hunting methods of hand-thrown harpoons from small, open sailboats. Leafing through the IWC records, a very disturbing trend can be seen in the island's more recent whaling history. For example, between the years from 1998 through 2002, 2 whales were caught per year. In each case, these were pairs of mothers and calves. Notes in the records indicated that some slaughtered whales were, quote, suckling calves and lactating females, end quote. The quota does not allow whales of 26 feet or less to be hunted. Through the years, the IWC has admonished the islanders with the following strongly worded statement: "It is forbidden to strike, take, or kill calves, or any humpback whale accompanied by a calf." The committee's Aboriginal subsistence catch limits, currently in force for Bequia, allows for up to 4 humpback whales each year to be slaughtered between 2019 and 2025, not to exceed a total of 28 in those years. Of the 3 aforementioned countries, Iceland plans not to hunt whales in the 2020 season. This interruption of the slaughter is not due to a sudden burst of concern for the welfare of the mammals. Instead, it's due to a combination of the coronavirus lockdown constraints and economic troubles. Japan's subsidizing its own domestic whalers and imposing very strict guidelines on foreign imports was of great influence too. As is often the case, lack of profit trumps animal welfare anytime.